much the go-to place for video gear for me. Basically, anything you could need to make high-quality video. They are my go-to online store for photo and
Larry Porch II. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, but who is this? And what are you doing there?
This is Shelly. I'm taking over for Mark tonight.
What's wrong with Mark?
Well, he's feeling a little under the weather, so.
Well, did you powder his nose?
Yeah. No, but you can.
No.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Well, getting fatter. That's about it. How about you?
Doing the same old thing. How's the heat treating you?
It's going to treat me better tomorrow when it dissipates and doesn't come back.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It's been way too hot down here.
I agree. What we're going to talk about tonight is an outing that we are about to go on. Are you packed and ready for this outing?
I am so ready. I'd leave right now if I could.
Well, you can because you don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
You could be there by 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's going to be a long drive.
Yeah, I've got to work tomorrow, or I'd be headed that way. Plus, I got to wait on Debbie also. So,
yeah,
but we're going to pack up Saturday morning and head out ourselves. Let's talk a little bit. We've been to this spot about a year ago. We're not going to name the spot. If anybody knows it, that's fine. That's great. But we try to keep them quiet until we get back from there, even though this is one of our regular research areas that Kane, Eric, and I, and Mark, and Cheryl normally go. Well, we don't normally go, but we have made it a point to go there at least twice since our outing anyway. And we've been having some pretty good activity, but we're going to talk about the outing from last year. And what do you remember most about that outing, Shelley?
What do I remember the most? Well, it's several things. The area that we went to was fabulous, gorgeous. The weather was perfect. The thing that's one of the things that stick out the most in my mind is how quiet it was. Do you remember that? It was
Yes.
quiet. I mean, the whole week. Every once in a while there'd be a few birds, and we'd hear some owls at night or whatever, some distant vocalizations and things, but it was pretty quiet. It was kind of unnerving at first.
I can remember the first 2 nights we were worried about putting food up because of bears and raccoons.
Yep.
And we left food out and nothing even got touched.
Yeah.
It was like it was void of animals. And we even went into town one day and ate at a local restaurant, and one of the waitresses at that restaurant told us that supposedly the area we were camping, that the wildlife resources was actually letting nuisance bears go in that area to get them away from other human areas. And I don't even remember seeing a bear track, to be honest.
No.
But we left the food out and it never got touched. Now, we did have a trackway found, I believe. I may be wrong, but I think Eric found the trackway that went in a dried up creek bed right by the campground that had went within 20 yards of our tents probably.
Yeah, it was close.
And I mean, they were in mud. They were pretty obvious, but that was pretty amazing. And Debbie and I went on a hike up above the camp on a little hilltop, small mountain, whatever you want to call it. And on a lot of the rock hangovers and stuff, we actually found a huge bed made out of leaves under one of these rock outcroppings. We didn't see any tracks around it or anything, but you could see where something had been placed in the middle of these leaves or something had set in the middle of the leaves, and you couldn't tell where anything had left the leaves or anything.
Yeah.
We did take pictures of that, and I don't know what made it. We were pretty perplexed by it. It was pretty neat, and we're planning on going back up in that area this next week and checking that out. We also found what looked to be a handprint on the limestone wall of one of these. Well, I guess it was clay. But anyway, we found a handprint on a little bench area of dirt on one of these rock outcroppings also, which was pretty cool. And that's just a little smattering of what we found. I know you went out several times and hiked around the camp too, and y'all discovered a track or something also, didn't you, Shelley?
Yeah, we followed it a little ways, and it was up on the ridge behind the camp, and followed that a little ways. And there were some some tree breaks, things like that back there. So it was fun just to hike around, and y'all also found something behind your camp.
What do we find behind
With
our camp?
the tree that was bent the wrong way, wasn't that there?
Oh, yeah. At several of the rock outcroppings, we don't put a lot of thought into the bows and stuff. A lot of them are natural. But these that Debbie and I found at the rock outcroppings, they were bent uphill into the rock outcroppings. It was just weird. Naturally, if anything fell and pinned them down, it would have been downhill, not uphill.
Right.
But yeah, there was a lot of neat stuff there. And I don't know, we decided on that area because we heard of a lot of stories coming from that area. And the group had talked and wanted to go there. And whenever we got there, it was just a beautiful area. I know it stinks because I can't tell you where it's at, but it is an awesome area.
Yes.
But Eric and Mark really studied the topo maps. And whenever we go hammock camping and backcountry camping, they agreed on spots that are just off the hook. Because this last trip we took, which was in June, I put a little video about it on my Beast of the Woods page. I think part 3 is where I talked about what all went on Bigfoot wise. But we had several trees broke down while we were sitting there. We had, I know, at least one rock and a couple of limbs thrown at us while we were sitting around the campfire. And we had vocalizations. We had rock clacking whenever Eric was on the trail of one. And then as Kane come around the bottom of the ridge going to where we heard the rock clacks, his equipment shut down. So we had quite a bit of activity on that too. And it's just an awesome place, and I can't wait to get there. Not to mention the great people that we're going to be in camp with. I haven't even mentioned that. I've been talking so much about the place itself.
Yeah.
But talk a little bit about what we do in camp besides me eating all the time.
I was going to say that we eat. That's the highlight of our week is all the food.
That's true. I don't know if anybody's heard us talk about Slade Monk, but Slade Monk, his nickname is the Camp Champ.
Yep.
Because once we get through eating breakfast, Slade is already thinking about what he's going to cook for a snack before he cooks lunch.
Yeah.
Ain't that about right,
Yeah,
Shelley?
we eat good too. Already got my menu planned. Everybody brings stuff, and it's good. It's a lot of fun. That's the highlight of the week's the food.
No doubt about it. But we're basically doing this show. I guess I should have said this before I started blabbing about what we're going to do. We didn't really set up anything for this week because we were packing and getting ready for the outing and everything. And Mark and I discussed it, and he was like, well, we probably shouldn't do a show this week. And I'm like, oh, we need to do something, at least go on and talk a little bit and let everybody know that next week we will definitely not have a show because we will be out in the field. But we wanted to come on and at least talk a little bit about what we're about to do and what we've done in the past a little bit. But we didn't want to leave y'all hanging anyway.
Yep.
So, John Ramey, where not specific are y'all camping?
You'd say the state, can't you?
I think so. We'll be in Kentucky.
Yeah.
We will be.
And we have people coming from all over: Ohio, Mississippi, Alabama. Where else? Texas.
Yeah.
Anybody I'm missing?
You're missing Spencer. You know where Spencer's from?
Georgia?
Nope.
Is this a pop quiz?
Yep.
Sorry, Spencer. I don't know. Well,
he'll tell us in a second.
Well, somebody's coming from Georgia, too.
Who's coming from Georgia?
Who lives in Georgia?
Sherelle?
Yep. He should be there.
I hope so. That'll be one thing we hear all week every time we see headlights. Slade Monk will say, well, there's Cheryl.
Everything that drove by, that was hilarious. We would all jump up and say, there's Cheryl.
Yeah. But let's get back to pretty much we wake up, eat breakfast, and we go. Eric, you guys have heard Eric and Kane on here. Now, Eric, he is driven. He gets up every morning at 3, goes to the gym, and works out before he goes to work. I can remember whenever we were in Ohio, I was laying in the hammock. I was on watch for the night because one had come up and messed with Cheryl's little pup tent he had. So I stayed up and had a walkie-talkie, and it was a long night. And I was waiting on daylight to break. And I heard Eric's alarm go off. And I was like, thank goodness, it's almost sunrise. And I rolled over and looked at my clock on my phone, and it said 3 a.m. And I'm like, holy crap.
You know what? That's insane. Eric, you're insane. You're crazy.
He does it.
That's the middle of the night.
No doubt about it. But then I only had 3 hours left till daylight. And I think that's when about 4:30 that morning we got that vocal of whatever the thing said, ooh, 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 whatever.
Yep.
About 30 yards behind me, which was great.
That's what you live for, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Speaking of that, now we're planning on abandoning camp at least a couple of nights. Shelley, are you going to go out backcountry camping with us?
I don't know. I'm not too
What
fond
do you
of being,
mean you don't know?
I'm not too fond of being a human burrito. I'm going to let you take that job.
Well, I volunteered several times, but I was hoping to get some more filling for the burrito.
Yeah, well, I might go.
Well, I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like having one come up and
Breathe on you?
yeah, or rock you to sleep. They're real nice.
So far.
So far.
You're not dead
That's
yet,
right.
are you?
Not yet. But usually after we kill ourselves on them long hikes, we evaluate what we've seen and heard. And we normally go in, and Slade Monk will have us a good meal ready whenever we get in from hiking, and we'll eat and sit around the fire. And we'll hear some stories from Bear, from Dan. Vicky will be crocheting Buddy a new vest to wear. Buddy's her little dog. He's our mascot. I don't know. Y'all may have seen him or may not. And we just have a good time. It's great. It's like a family reunion because we are family basically.
Yes.
And I mean, we try to let different people come in from time to time. And this year, I think Spencer's going to get to come in, and Eric's already got it planned out to take him on like a 10-mile hike over 3 or 4 mountains.
You got to break him in good, right?
Yeah, that's right. But it's going to be great.
Yeah. Can't
Let's
wait.
see.
We've been planning this for months, since the spring or last year. We've been planning this.
And it's almost here. I've been so busy with the gallbladder, working 12 hours a day here or there, and worried about the outing in Florida that's coming up that this has crept up on me. I've got all my stuff charged and ready and packed. I'm ready to go, but I mean, it's here, and I'm like, hey, I get to go in a day.
Well, what are you bringing? I mean, what, like tool-wise, like recorders, cameras, what are you bringing?
I did finally buy me another recorder after I lost my 6-1 out in the woods at Daniel Boone back last January or February. I hadn't had one until I purchased one, I don't know, a month ago. And I don't think I've recorded any audio on it. Debbie took it to Georgia, and I don't think she used it. But I've got my FLIR charged up. I've got night vision. I got that new camera I bought that's like Mark's, the Canon E50 or whatever, M50. And I got to figure out how to use that.
Yeah, I
But
think
that's
we need to have camera classes, because I'm bringing mine. I've got a Nikon, and I know how to use it, but it's nice to be able to experiment with it, take videos, and we can just do a little hike and play with our cameras. And
Yeah. I'm disappointed in the zoom lens that come with it, though.
yeah,
I'm going to have to buy a better one, but I don't know. That's about the bulk of the stuff I am taking for equipment wise. I mean, I do have some headphones that are like Walker's Game Ear, because I've hunted too long. I've duck hunted and dove hunted, and somebody asked me if I can hear something walking through the leaves, and I'm like, no, not really. So we rely on Shelly. When Shelly says she hears something, we start looking that way.
well, it could be a squirrel, but I'm telling you, it really helps when I turn on my recorder and put those. Well, I use earbuds sometimes, or the headphones, that I just can't believe the magnification.
Yeah.
And it really is helpful. Well, but when everybody's walking through there, of course, there's a lot more noise. But at night, when we go out and we're sitting on the side of the road and everybody's quiet, then it really is very helpful.
Yeah. Spencer, I would talk about the Florida outing some, but at this point, I really can't divulge a whole lot. So, and I'm going to be signing a non-disclosure agreement. So I don't want to break a non-disclosure agreement before I even sign it, if that makes sense.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of stories when you get back.
Oh, yeah. I'll make up a few. But
Don't say that.
I'm kidding.
No matter how boring it is, we're going to tell the truth, right?
That's true, because most of the time it is boring.
Yeah.
But every now and then you do get some action.
Yep.
I forgot about the GoPro. I will be having GoPros forwards and backwards on me when we go out. But I don't know. I got more equipment than I do time to do it, I think.
Yeah, you start taking all that stuff around. You got a camera on your monopod, and you got recorders going and GoPros, and you just pack it all up and go.
Yep. Part of our party just said they made it to, I almost said it, a place close. But anyway, what all are you bringing, Shelly?
Oh gosh, I got my Zoom, a couple of other recorders. I bring my field glasses. I've got some nice Nikon ones, and I never use them because I never get them out. And yeah, they're kind of heavy,
Yeah.
but I'll probably use them one of these days. What else? My camera. Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I have a box full of electronic stuff, so
Yeah.
it's you have to have that. Got a plot watcher. You bringing a plot watcher?
I forgot that. I am bringing
Yes,
that. It's
bring that.
packed in there. New batteries and everything. Reformatted card. They're all blank and waiting. But I guess we should say if y'all have any questions for us, put them in capital letters and we'll try to answer them if we can. And like I said, we're not going to do no hour and a half or 2 hour show here. Shelly's got to get up at 3 a.m, so she's already tired. She's going to be headed out. So we're just getting on here to let y'all know next week we're not going to have a show. And this week it snuck up on us because we're packing, getting ready for this outing. We're going to be gone till next. I think Shelly is coming back Friday. Is that right?
Well, I'd stay longer if I could, but yeah, we'll probably
Well,
Friday.
you can. We'll let you.
It's in the middle
But
of nowhere.
yeah, that's true. But I think Debbie, Dan, and Vicky and I are going to be staying till Saturday. So we'll leave Saturday and we'll wait a second. Let me rephrase that. We will go to the destination Saturday and we will come back home the following Saturday. That makes better sense than we'll leave Saturday and come back Saturday. All right. Does a plot watcher use infrared? It does not, Spencer. You can open the lens on it to bring in more light, and on a full moon, it has a night setting. If you are on an open field or an open area, you would be able to catch the motion of a shadow or something. You're not going to get detail out of it, but it does pretty good. But a plot watcher works differently than a trail camera because you can set it to take a picture every 5 seconds, every 10 or 15 or 30, I think. And it'll play back whenever you download it as a video. Normally, the plot watchers we use, we haven't tried it with the lithium batteries and the bigger SD cards that would run longer on that. But generally, we set them out in a location and let them run. They usually run 22 to 24 hours, something like that, on standard batteries and a standard SD card. And we'll usually download it and refresh it with whatever it needs, new batteries, or reformat the SD card after we've downloaded it and place it out again. So far, I think probably the best evidence caught on the plot watcher by us was the Sisters of the Moon. I've got it on my Beast of the Woods page. They caught some kind of weird light anomaly that just could be the sunrise and a plane or a satellite up in the atmosphere. But you can see a bright light coming from the left of the screen up to the right. Don't know what that is. And they did catch a shadow move in front or on the side of one of their tents with a plot watcher, I think. If that's not right, Debbie, just say so in the live chat and I'll ignore it. Shelly.
Yes.
Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm listening to every word you're saying.
I can't see you.
What?
All I see is this little monkey with earphones on.
I see.
You know, because Mark, I have to look at the other screen to see you.
I'm here.
So what are your intentions to accomplish on this outing here? What are you planning on doing?
Eating.
That's a pretty good deal. Are you planning on getting out?
Yeah. Yeah, do some hiking.
hiking 8 miles, and
Yeah, do some hiking, enjoy the weather, enjoy being with everybody. I just love all you guys, all my camping buddies, and I just can't wait to see everybody and hang out and talk around the campfire. And that's the best part of the week to me is just hanging out with everybody, you know?
yeah, I agree. I mean, the boogering or Bigfooting is just a secondary to the visiting and the good time and the good food and the great location we're going
Yeah.
to. I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to have activity and we're going to find sign and we're going
Yep.
to do everything short of bringing one home because we ain't out there to bring one home.
And also, I think we have an advantage too, staying the whole way. You know, a lot of people stay just a weekend or a few days. And I think the longer you stay, the more activity you're more than likely to have too, you know?
I agree. Shelly Heather wants to know what kind of exercise regimes you do before a big outing.
She's talking to you, right?
Well, looking at my belly, I don't know if she's talking to me or not. What I do is I eat a couple of double cheeseburgers and some fries, maybe a milkshake. I don't know. In the past, I have done elliptical. I've done the stair climber to build up my legs. And I'll do elliptical for about 40 minutes, which is probably a mile or two. And the little stair climber, I don't remember. I think it's 100 flights of stairs or something. I can't remember. But I normally do work out. And this one, Eric's going to wear me out because whenever I had that surgery, I ain't done nothing for the last 4 or 5 weeks except get a little bit fatter.
You've been
So
slacking, huh?
I'm going to struggle a little bit, but I'm going to go.
Well, I've been doing some walking, trying to build up my stamina. So,
Well,
I mean,
that's what you got to do.
yeah,
And I mean, for an outing like this, the walking, the stair climbers, elliptical, anything like that's good. Treadmill that you can incline, that'll help a whole lot because you're going to be using your legs a whole lot.
yeah.
And I know on a couple occasions, me going out with Kane in northern Georgia, we got turned around and wound up having to go up and down about 7 mountains. And by the time we found camp, my legs were done. I had to slide down the last mountain because I didn't have nothing left in my legs to hold me up.
I know when y'all went out one time in Georgia, we got worried. I mean, we were about to come out and look. We go call the sheriff. We're coming looking for. It was late.
That was the night that we went down to the falls. Yeah, we didn't get back into one because it was like a 16-mile hike, and I think we hiked 12 or 13 miles, and it got pitch black. And Cheryl's like, we don't need to go across that boulder field in the pitch black. We'll break an ankle. And me and Kane were like, okay, so we need to go back. So we walked all the way back. And it was straight up a mountain all the way.
Yeah, we were getting
About
worried.
12 or 13 miles, yeah.
It was really late.
And I don't know if you've ever been out with Kane and Cheryl, but it's almost like a marathon. They're trying to see who can get to the top first. And I'm poor old fat guy back there just trying to breathe and get a drink of water every now and then. They were killing me.
You were pale when you came back and came up. You didn't look too good.
Yeah. From that day forward, I would, like Heather said, I would try to do some exercises so I could at least hang with them. I ain't ever going to outdo them. I can promise you that. But if I could just hang with them, that's good enough.
Well, you know what the key to it is, don't you? You have to get up at 3 a.m. That's what it is right there. Just get up at 3 and you.
No, thank you. I'll go at 8. But is there anything else you want to discuss on here? I've talked for like 30 minutes, and I normally don't talk 30 minutes in a whole week.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about, Larry? I don't know if we've covered everything or not. We do
We
go out.
haven't.
Huh?
We haven't.
We do
There's,
go out on the, at night sometimes.
yeah.
Driving around, calling, and
Oh yeah.
graveyards.
Remember last year whenever we went out up there and we got to that overlook?
Oh
What
yeah,
what did we hear?
it was a bear.
But what did it sound like?
A bear? Oh no! Well, it was kind of moan. It was moaning.
It was moaning.
Yeah.
We had to figure out it was a bear. We thought at first that it could have been a booger till we heard it. There was actually two of them on a hillside that they were probably 200 or 300 yards apart. And I don't know if we had separated them or what, but you could hear them down there in the dark just moaning. And we're like, what in the world is that?
I think, didn't somebody spot it on their FLIR, or did we figure it out?
No, we just figured it out.
Oh, we saw them on FLIR. No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they were down in the overlook, way down in there.
Yeah.
They were within 200 yards of us, but
yeah, that was creepy. It took us a minute to figure that one out.
yeah. Well, what helped is when the other one answered, and they were doing it more often. At first, we only heard it once, and then we'd talk, what was that? What was that? And then like 10 or 15 minutes, it did it again. And we're like, what in the world is that? But whenever you don't come from country that has a bear, you're not used to that weird vocalization. On TV, they're always growling.
Yeah, and then you like us, you just leave your food laying out. So
yeah,
maybe we should put it up next time.
Inviting them in.
That's right.
Spencer wants to know: has there been any recent activity there? Any recent sightings? Well, Shelley, you're the one that's been on the internet looking.
I think in the past 6 months there was probably some sort of incident, not real close, but close enough. So
well, I can tell you there was an incident in June that was pretty close, and me and a couple of other guys were there.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, when they're throwing stuff at you and breaking trees down, that's pretty good.
Yeah, y'all get some good activity when you go out.
It's because we're dumb. We don't know when to leave.
Well, I told you, if you ever have an encounter, I hope it's a good one.
It will be.
It will be.
Sooner or later. Well, what else are you going to do on this outing? You going to do any trout fishing or go mining?
Well, I like to go Vicki and I are like rock hounds, so we go out in the creeks and it gives you something to do. Go out there and look for rocks and, hike around a little bit. And
yeah, one thing I'm going to do is back in February, whenever we were there, we found a quartz run in one of those rock outcroppings.
Oh.
I'm going to take Dan Ricky up there and I'm going to let him take a look at that and see if he can find us some gold so we'll be rich.
Yeah. Well, I found some quartz when we went over to Arkansas. It was laying on the ground like pieces of glass.
Oh yeah, where we went in northern Georgia, it was all over, and I'm telling you, up there where we're going, there are just runs of it in the rock.
Wow, awesome!
It's unbelievable, but according to the regulations, they won't let you do any metal detecting, or they will let you go pan, but I don't think you can sluice or any of that stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
well, Georgia,
we do all kinds of crazy stuff besides just boogering.
We do some sightseeing too. There's places around. Go to town, do a little shopping, and just hang out.
The ladies always go shopping.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad. Poor buddy, he loves it.
Do we not have any questions, Larry?
Nobody's asked nothing except for Spencer.
Well, we're really talking about camping and hanging out, I guess.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what you're going to camp in. That'll bring a little bit of a topic up here. Why I'm suffering with either a hammock or a regular tent. What are you going to be laid up in?
I got me one of those teardrop campers.
A teardrop camper.
Yeah.
Is that even really considered roughing it?
Yeah, I'll still be camping.
How?
I'll be out in the woods sleeping.
Have you got a TV in there?
No.
No?
No.
Just a laptop, right?
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a comfortable bed to sleep in. You know, those air mattresses can get uncomfortable, and then you're hoping that like somebody happened in Georgia that doesn't die on you in the middle of the night. So it's nice to have a real bed.
That's very true. Very true.
When are you going to get a camper?
When Debbie Jones buys me one with all her money.
You find you a sugar mama. Is Debbie your sugar mama?
She's my sugar mama. It's just that her sugar don't have a lot of money. And she'll probably say the same about me too. My sugar ain't got much money with it. We both blow it all on Bigfoot.
Yeah. It's easy to do.
Yes, it is. So this will be the maiden voyage for that little teardrop camper, won't it?
Yeah, but this I got it from this guy over in Arkansas, and it was custom built. He was a hunter and a bow hunter, and did archery and stuff, and so it's kind of unique, but it's nice to have a place to, you just pull up and open the doors and you're ready to camp, and there's no tent, in the middle of the night putting your tent up and all that. So that's one reason why I got it, because it's way easier.
Does it leak?
Not at all. I'll be dry as a bone when it's raining on you.
I'll probably be dry too.
Probably.
I'll have a tarp.
Hey, Debbie's got a nice setup now. She makes it like her tent's like a little palace. It's got fluffy pillows, and it's pretty nice in there.
Yeah, and we don't rough it too bad.
No.
We have one of those little Mr. Buddy heaters, so
yeah.
And it is supposed to. I think the temperatures are supposed to be in the 70s, and one night it's supposed to get down about 40.
Yeah,
I think.
And it'll be cooler in the mountains, in the woods. It's gonna be cooler.
Yeah,
too.
when we went there in June, I was surprised because the temperatures were in the mid 80s, but in those creek bottoms that we were camping in, it was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And nighttime was really nice, but I can't wait to get there.
Well, if
it's almost here.
Yeah, well, if you're camping for a week too, you want to be comfortable. If you're camping for a weekend, you can just throw up a tent and have a couple of coolers or whatever. But if you're there for a whole week, you just want some comforts of home, really.
Well, that's the beauty of Bear and Tammy and Slade Monk. Tammy brings a whole kitchen set up, and we eat like kings, don't we?
Yeah, it's nice.
Bear makes jambalaya and chili, and Tammy's up every morning, her and Slade making breakfast. Slade's always got something in the Dutch oven, cinnamon rolls or something.
Yep.
It's just great. And I'm fat enough, but I got a feeling I'm going to be about 5 pounds fatter by the end of this week.
I know, and you're making me hungry too.
It's hard not to think about. There is a burn ban up there.
Oh, yeah.
But anywhere that we have a fire ring or concrete fire pit, you're allowed to have a fire, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because in northern Georgia a couple of years ago, there was a fire ban, and we had to go the whole week without a fire.
It was cold, too. We were wet and cold. That was a long week. And it was dark, too.
Yeah, there's something about a campfire that just, I don't know. It brings warmth to you, of course, but it makes it more of a free-spirited talk and gathering whenever you're around the campfire.
Yeah.
You share more stuff, have better conversations, and we have some doozy conversations, I tell you.
What happens at camp stays at camp, right?
That's right. I can't wait to hand out those shirts I got made.
Well, are you going to take video for your channel? Work up some stuff for that?
I will. I'm gonna try to video a lot and take a lot of pictures, and maybe I'll be able to put it together in a way that'll relate what we're doing. But I'm gonna try to catch as much of it as I can, and without hurting my interaction with everybody and what I'm doing.
Yeah, I like it. I like the way that you sort of show what's going on in the background, and not like, evidence wise necessarily, but we're walking around and this is, this happened, and your little wisecracks just crack me up.
Well, that's just a curse I have, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I thought Mark on his Sawdust Beast channel, he normally shows all the evidence and stuff, and I thought we're missing so much of what we do when we're out there.
Yeah.
The interactions we have, what we go through to set up camp, to get there. And I don't know, I like watching the bushcrafters, and I like watching all those type videos. So I thought, well, why can't we make a camping Bigfooting video?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I did.
Yeah, I enjoy your channel. Y'all should go over there and watch his videos.
Well, I got to get some more videos up, and they'll be coming up this winter, because I haven't had time the last 2 months to do much of anything. But
well, it takes time to build that up too,
Yeah, that's true. But they'll start rolling out here soon.
Yeah.
Russ wants to know if we had any electronics that have failed where we're going. And Debbie told him no, but we didn't on our outing. But whenever we went back this past June and we heard the rock clacking and Kane moved in on the area we heard it from, he did have his electronics fail. He had a GoPro that wouldn't come on, and maybe an audio recorder that went off too. I think he wound up pulling out his phone and videoing with the phone. And he thought he could hear some type of interference. He didn't say it was ultrasound, but he thought maybe it could have been.
Yeah.
And on my GoPro, which I was up on the hill probably 100 feet higher than him, maybe. And it seems like on my GoPro, it was running. It didn't get affected by anything, but it seems like I could hear a little electronic noise or something just for 5 seconds or so. But I mean, it's nothing I can say, yeah, definitely that was that or whatever. But I know Kane did experience his equipment fail, and it had been working fine up to right at that point. And then whenever we left that area, it started working again, as far as I remember.
Yeah, that's weird.
So,
well, and it's good too that, we all have several recorders, and that's why we keep several running, because, you always have that backup.
Right. Spencer, I'm going to mix in a little fishing and camping and Bigfooting here soon. Whenever I get to start going back to LVL, I'm planning on taking my boat.
I want to go fishing. I love to fish.
Well, you can. We can set you up on the bank and you can catfish. How about that?
On the bank? I do
or
that.
Crappie fish. Well, I'm
good.
a bass fisherman.
Yeah. Well,
most of the time. But
we need to get out there on the Tennessee River and take Dan and Vicky out there and do some boogering on the river.
Yeah. How many boogers do you think are on that river?
Tons.
On the river or off on the side of the river in the woods?
You know what I mean.
I was just making sure you didn't think they were underwater dwellers or something.
Oh, no. I'm sure they can swim well, though.
I guarantee it. Let's see. I missed something somewhere. I saw it, and Debbie Jones go noodling. No.
No.
It's St. Turtle, man. We'll go live, but we ain't going to have no live action.
I bet you she would do it.
She probably would. Vicky said Buddy's hearing Larry's voice and getting excited.
Hey,
uh,
Vicky, can't wait to see you guys.
we can tell y'all a funny story about our little buddy. The poor bear was talking bad to Buddy all week in Alabama. And we went to Rattlesnake Saloon. Is that right?
Yep.
And Buddy, we've left Buddy in my Jeep whenever we go in and eat. And Buddy has never done anything. But Bear had talked bad to Buddy all week. And we went to that Rattlesnake Saloon. Now, we stayed in there probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, which is longer than he normally stays in my Jeep. But that poor Buddy, he left Bear a present in each cup holder up in the front, and I think he left a present in his seat too. Poor Vicky, she was apologizing.
That was great.
But that was so funny. Every time I get in my Jeep, I look to see if he's left me any presents, but he never does.
He
So
loves
far,
you.
Buddy still likes me,
Yeah,
so
he
that's
loves
good.
you. You're his stepdad.
Yeah. Oh, me, we went 50 minutes. Have you got to go to sleep yet?
I probably won't sleep tonight.
At all?
be
So we
hard.
can just keep talking?
It'll be hard. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, me too. But we've got a lot of stuff that's going to come up from this outing, and we will try to get some of the other people that are going on the outing on here to talk about it a little bit, especially if we have some good activity. Shelly will be back on here to tell us about what goes on.
And Larry?
Won't you? Wait, I guess I'll come back on here. I don't
pretty
know.
please, come on, Larry.
I might. Depends on how well y'all feed me next week.
Oh, you're going to be eating good.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that. I can guarantee you Slade and Tammy have the whole menu set up for the whole week. What do you think?
I think so.
But anyway, guys, I don't know. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss, Shirley?
No, I just hope that I know we'll have a good time. We always do, but I just hope we get some good activity. Just being there and being available and being in the middle of nowhere, like I said, something's bound to come around sometime. So we're going to try to be ready.
Well, that's one thing. Every night, now we normally don't go to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning, but every night last year, we had activity around our tents of something walking that sounded bipedal, but we never saw nothing. We did find the trackway right next to our tents that were definitely footprints, but we never did see it.
Well, one night we were sitting at the campfire and I was looking towards your tent. You could see it was pretty far away, but you could still kind of see that general area. And I could have sworn I saw eye shine at one point or over there.
Yeah.
I mean, there were no cars going down the road. It was just us sitting in one area. Nobody was over there. So, I mean, I can't say for sure, but it was something.
Well, it's going to be great. Can't wait to get there. But we just wanted to come on here tonight so we didn't leave y'all hanging because we didn't let y'all know anything last week about all this. And we will be on an outing next week. So next Thursday, there will not be a show. And this is just a kind of a filler. And Shelly did real well filling in. So Mark wasn't sure he wanted to do it, but I said, we need to do it because we didn't let the people know anything. And we thank everybody that comes on here and watches, and we wanted to let y'all know what was going on. We're still going to have shows. We're going to have some guests lined up. Like I said, whatever happens out of this outing y'all hear about, we'll try to get some of the people that are on the outing on here to discuss it. If we have any blockbuster activity or we don't have anything, we'll let you know we didn't have anything. But I'm sure from past experience, it's built up each time we went, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have a pretty good trip.
Yeah, we'll be ready for them.
Well, Shelley, I guess I'm going to say good night. And everybody, please check out Beast of the Woods. Check out Sawdust Beast on YouTube. Remember Bigfoot Outlaw Radio. You can catch us on the Beast page on Facebook. You can catch us in the Bigfoot Outlaws on Facebook. And am I forgetting anything? Remember the GoFundMe for Bigfoot Odyssey for the Florida outing that I'm planning on going on in the spring or late winter, somewhere around there. Whenever Carrie tells me to show up, I'm showing up. But if you can help with that, $1, whatever, that'd be good. He's just trying to raise money for the equipment. And once he does that, we're going on this outing. We're going to use it. And then he's going to find researchers that are maybe can't afford some of the equipment that we're going to have. And he's going to donate this equipment to those researchers so they can use it in the field too. So it's nothing. It ain't no money grab to get equipment for him or me or any of that. It's going to go to people that need it, that are getting out there and putting in the work trying to figure out what's going on with these creatures. So just check those things out, and we're going to head out Saturday. I'm ready to go. I know Debbie is, Shelley is, Dan and Vicky. And I won't name everybody because it'll get a little more boring than it's already been. But anyway, I'm going to say good night, and I'm going to let Shelley tell y'all good night. I appreciate y'all joining us. Even though we didn't have a big blockbuster guest this week, we just wanted to come on, let y'all know what's going on, and let y'all know that next Thursday we will not have a show, but we will be back the following Thursday with probably the most fantastic Bigfoot story you ever heard in your life.
Yep, hopefully. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye, Larry.
Bye-bye.
This has been a Sawdust production.